If I could describe last night's State of the Union in one word, it would be optics. If you're paying attention to what's going on, if you're not divorced from reality, if you're not doing mental gymnastics, the optics last night should have been crystal clear to you. Let's start with those that were boycotting the State of the Union, like AOC and Maxine Waters, two people who have no business opening their mouths about anything. Maxine Waters, if you're not going to go to the State of the Union, why don't you repurpose that time and go fix the 43rd Congressional District in LA? AOC, your district's probably going away. You've been nothing but a headache from the very beginning. But to tweet out that you're going to boycott the State of the Union is cringy at best. It's childish. It's pathetic. It shows that you can't be an adult and put aside your hatred for the president in favor of the country. And to tweet it out just shows it's all about you. You're looking for attention. If you're going to boycott it, just boycott it. Why do you need to tell us? Right? That's a bad look. That's bad optics. For anybody paying attention, that's a bad look. It's like, come on, you can't just go to the State of the Union, right? Do you care about the State of the Union? He is the president. You were elected to do a job, so show up and do your damn job, okay? So that's a bad look right there before we even get started. Then when we get there, okay, Trump's talking about the State of the Union. Low unemployment, economy's doing good, jobs are coming back, trade deals, right? Things that he plans to work on. This should all be good stuff. This should be something that everybody can get on board with, right? Wrong. Democrats couldn't even stand when he talked about low unemployment for women. Instead, they had the resting bitch faces. They're sitting there frowning, got their arms folded. I saw AOC, or not AOC, I saw Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar sitting there laughing, whispering, looking down at stuff, just not paying attention, not showing respect to the president, not showing respect to the message, just showing that they don't care, putting it on display. They don't even care that you see that they don't care. They don't care. They're not even going to pretend like they care. This is 10 times worse than last year. The fact that they're dressed in all white, what are you trying to draw attention to yourself for? For women's suffrage? What? After he talks about low unemployment for women and how women filled the majority of the jobs last year, you can't even stand and clap for that? Same thing with low black unemployment. Last year, the Congressional Black Caucus wouldn't stand. That's just bad optics for the Democrats right there. Anybody can see this. That's not a controversial statement. That's a truthful statement. The fact that they hate the president so much that they don't care that the country is succeeding. And the constituents that they so-called care about are doing better because of the policies he's passing. In spite of Democrats trying to obstruct, by the way. I was going to call that out. So he highlighted all of his wins. He brought out, he brought a Tuskegee Airman and his grandson to the event. They got a standing ovation, right? Then, and this really stood out to me. This is probably the highlight for me, both good and bad. He brought out a little girl, black girl from Philadelphia, I believe it was. And he talked about how black kids in the inner cities are suffering under Democrat policies, of course, but he didn't even call that out. He talked about how inner city kids are prisoners to their zip codes because of school choice that's been vetoed and blocked by Democrats in power in certain states and cities. Black kids have to go to failing schools in the inner cities that suck. And he awarded this little girl an opportunity scholarship so she could go to the school of her choice. So he did two things there. He highlighted a failure and he tried to right the wrong and showed an example of that. And I know what the critics are going to say. Oh, he just trotted that family out as a token so he can look good and boast, and he made it about him. First of all, he doesn't need the black vote. He wants the black vote. There's a difference between wanting something and needing something. When you want something, you'll work to earn it. If you need something, you'll do whatever it takes to get it, which is what the Democrats have done. They lie. They conjure up these freaking struggle narratives to try to keep black people oppressed and angry and mad and focused on the wrong things. And Trump is just signing legislation, funding the HBCUs, opportunity zones, prison reform, and now awarding this little black girl an opportunity scholarship. Not because he needs the black vote, but because he's doing the right thing and he wants the black vote. Think about it. They call him a racist every day. Why is he proving them wrong every day? If he's truly a racist, why even invite black people to this event? Why highlight what's going on? Worst racist I've ever seen, I'll tell you that much. But the Democrats disgusted me last night because they wouldn't even stand and applaud this little girl getting a scholarship. At one point, somebody came in there and they were trying to shout at Trump, or they were saying something, being disruptive, and got escorted out. And then the camera pans around and shows Democrats looking up in the balcony, applauding this person. At one point, they were shouting themselves at Trump, trying to disrupt the State of the Union. I've never seen this before. Oh, if Republicans had done this to Obama or any Democrat president, you would hear about it for months. Months on end, you would hear about it from the media. Instead, the big takeaway for the media last night was Donald Trump didn't want to shake Nancy Pelosi's hand. That's a bad gesture. That's just bad look. That's what they focused on. That's all they had. If that's all they could focus on, is that's all they could cherry pick, that tells you his message must have been pretty damn good. And then Nancy Pelosi, the queen of cringe, sitting back there, fiddling around, looking around, rolling her eyes, not caring that the camera's on her and the optics are bad. She didn't even care that people could see she's not paying attention. She doesn't care about the president. And then at the end, she ripped up the speech. Who does that? These people are children. They're supposed to be adults. At least I thought they were. I thought they were elected to do a job. And instead, they're acting like children. They cannot put their vitriol aside for one night to come together for the country. And they're going to pay for it in November of 2020. This is their last leg. This is their last gasp. They're about to get egg on their face today when Trump is acquitted of these bogus impeachment charges. The Iowa caucus is its own little circus going on. Their candidates are trash. Their policies are trash. They don't care that the average American does not support them. They don't care how bad they look on TV. They don't care that we know that the media is weaponized against us and the president. They don't care about the wins. They don't care about you. They care about themselves and total power. And it was on full display last night. So God bless President Trump for that message that was unifying, empowering, hopeful, optimistic, and most of all, truthful. To my knowledge, he didn't get anything wrong last night. All he's done is try to make the country better in spite of being blocked by everybody on the left, the media, entertainers, Hollywood, politicians who suck like Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, people who say he's incompetent. Look at the optics last night. Look at these people. This is the Democrat Party. This is the state of the Democrat Party. They're infighting. They're outfighting. They won't stand when any person with decency in their heart would stand and applaud a 100-year-old Tuskegee Airman getting recognized, a little girl getting an opportunity of a lifetime to improve her life, and they can't stand for that because they don't like the president. Give me a break, you childish, terrible Democrats. Let's vote them out in November. God bless you. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow me on all the social media accounts, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.